Real Talk Barbershop 870. Let's get it. Mic check, mic check. Yeah. We locked in. Yeah. Back for another episode.
Hey, this that real talk. So let me talk real. This that type of shit that when it drop a nigga call chill.
We got the motivator in the building.
We gon' talk sense, talk millions.
We got JR, aka Mr. Rodgers in the building. We got Preach Boy in the building.
For sure.
And you know, you got your boy Big Rodeo in this month. You know what I'm talking about? We locked in. Heart TB 870, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Talking sports, music, politics.
Yeah.
Blueprint to success. You wanna win, you better follow this. This that inside and enlightenment. Cause two zips of that cola bring a 10-year fed indictment.
Hey.
Let's talk religion, race, and leadership.
Shout out to James
Same mentality, cause all we really want is change and will.
Shout out to COE Film, man.
Big shout out to Niles.
Shit so deep, I should bring the ship. Hey, let's talk.
Yeah, it's your boy Ro.
It's your boy Preach Boy Spann. It's your boy Bebe the Motivator.
And I am JR, a.k.a. Mr. Rodgers, and you tuned in to
Real Talk Barbershop 870.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
What's happening, fellas? What's going on, man?
Fellas.
We back with another episode, man.
You know, we back in this thing like Similac.
Yeah, how y'all feeling today, man? How y'all feeling? Like Similac.
Man.
How y'all feeling,
We
man?
back in
How
here
y'all
like
feeling, man?
Similac.
Talk to me.
Hey, man, it's another good night, man. Another good episode, man.
A great episode.
Hey, man, this one right here, all of them been special.
Yeah.
But this one right here finna go special as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Long time friend. I ain't gonna talk a whole lot about him, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a story. He gonna tell it his own. But, man, this guy, man, that we got is our brother. You know what I'm saying, man? He straight up. You get what you see what you get.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He's straightforward. He ain't gonna lie to you to make you feel good or none of that type of stuff. He gonna tell you straight facts all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And before we bring our brother, we want you to go hit that like,
Yeah,
share,
and
and subscribe.
subscribe.
Do that
man.
right now.
Do that right now.
Do
You
that
thinking about it.
Share
and
subscribe
Hey,
right now, man. Get on
Hey,
that.
for sure. Hey, man. So, BB, who we got coming, man?
Man, you already know, man. We call him JR. AKA
JR.
Mr. Rodgers.
Mr. Rodgers, a.k.a. Mr. Rodgers. Come on, let's make some noise for him, man.
Mr. Rodgers in the
What's up,
house.
man?
What over there, bro?
Y'all know what time
What it
it
do,
is.
bro?
What's happening, man?
What's happening,
I
big
guess
brother?
it's my time, man.
It's your
It's
time,
your
man.
time to shine.
It's my
Your
time,
to
man.
shine, man.
Yeah, man, your time to talk to us, man.
Man,
How you feeling?
Man, I feel good. You know, I always feel good, man.
Yo.
You know, I don't be having too many bad days.
That's what's
Even
up.
when we have bad days, we get through them. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up.
Been through too much to even let certain things bother me, man.
For sure,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
I like that. I
This,
like that, man.
Mr. Rodgers, man. Tell us about Mr. Rodgers, man. Not Mr. Rodgers. We want how they Lil Jane.
Lil Jane. You ain't lying, preach.
Yeah, man.
That's what
Talk
they used to
to
call
him.
me. That's what they call me, man.
Talk to him, man. How was it growing up, man? Who are you?
Man, I'm born May 27, 1980, Gemini. Ain't no secret. Born to James Rodgers Sr., Gloria Rodgers. Man, been through, man, I could just say I've been through a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was sitting here and I was thinking, like, man, what can I say about myself? What kind of subject can I put on myself, man?
Lil Jane.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no doubt about it. That's what my mom called me. A lot of people call me that to this day still. Lil
Yeah.
Jane. Yes, sir. But anyway, I was trying to figure out what kind of subject can I put on myself. I ain't really come up with nothing, but I'm just going to say, man, I didn't deal with a lot of obstacles in my life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we all got great stories, no doubt about it. Everybody got different stories. And my story kind of, I'm just gonna say it's a lot of obstacles in my life, man. From day one.
Day one.
So
Like literally, man. When I was
let's get into it.
I'm gonna get on right into it, man. When I was 3 years old, man, you know what I'm saying? I started on Murder Street, man. 1121 Murder Street, man. So I'm from the block, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, we had a little house over there on Murder Street right next door to my grandma's house. That's where I was raised at, right? And Man, when I was 3 years old, I don't have no recollection of none of this. But when I was 3 years old, man, I jumped out my crib.
You
know
jumped
what I'm
out the
saying?
crib.
I jumped out my crib.
As a baby.
As a
baby.
As a baby.
As a baby, I jumped out my crib. My mama didn't put me in a crib for me to, go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I jumped out that thing, and they was in there sleep, man. And we had a wire, like a plug-in wire, and we was kind of we was poor because my mama was just starting life.
Yeah.
So we was poor. But we had the actual wire was stripped, so it was bare.
Yeah.
The wire was bare. So me jumping out my crib, a child, you was intrigued by what you seen. So I went over there, and I grabbed the wire and got electrocuted like a motherfucker.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say it just like that. Dog. Got electrocuted to the highest level of life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? No doubt about it.
So the wire was exposed.
It was exposed. It was naked. So I reached it and I grabbed it and I got electrocuted. And my mom told me, I came in the room, I was hollering, I was crying, I was going crazy. And she said when I got in the room, she was like, "What's wrong with you?" Because my mom and my dad was so scared, like, "What's wrong with you?" Because I'm going crazy. And I picked my hand up, and my mom said it looked like mice had ate my hand up.
God, dog.
Huh?
Because it got mice had ate my hand up. She said it looked like mice had ate my hand up. And she just went to panicking.
Burn.
I burnt myself extremely bad. You know what I'm saying? I got sent to Labana Hospital. I spent 30 days in Labana Hospital.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? From that incident, man, I lost my ring finger on my left hand. I lost half my pinky finger, and my middle finger got burnt real bad. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first obstacle of my life. You know what I'm saying? It just ate me up bad. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, they had to kind of keep me alive and all that type of stuff there at 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I was in the hospital for 30 days, but my mom tried to save my hand and everything, but it couldn't be saved. You know what I'm saying? Because it was too bad. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first.
Ruffle.
Yeah, my first obstacle in my life, man. And it was at 3.
3 years old.
3 years old, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to
Your mama?
my mama and my daddy. And then shout out to my uncle, man, which is he actually my cousin. They call him Lil Bud. He stayed over in the hospital with me for 30 days. So my mom, every day he was there. So my mom and my dad was still able to make a living. You know what I'm saying? So so that was my first. I would say that was my first obstacle in life. I guess where God kept me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I think my story, if I was to sum it up, is God had me here for a purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No doubt about it, because I went through a ton early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No doubt. You know what I'm saying? So that transpired. I was always self-conscious, man, of my hand. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, a lot of people don't even know that I lost my finger. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't try to hide it by no stretch of the imagination now, because it is what it is. It's part of my story, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but as a child, I hid it all the time because of the simple fact that you're a child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And kids can be flat-foot bullets, like we all know. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure,
So they mess with you, all type of stuff. So I always kept my hand over my hand, and to this day I still do that because it's just a habit.
A habit.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing that I try to skip, nothing that I'm shame of or anything, because it's part of me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that happened in my life, man. And that was the first hurdle in my life, boy. The second hurdle came, man, when I was probably about 11 years old, doc. 11 years old. And my mom used to take me and my brothers. Let me say shout out to my brothers, man. Shout out to Double R.
Shout out to Double R, man.
My brother Rodney Brown. Shout out to Double R. Shout out to
Rodney,
Cadero.
Cord.
You know what I'm saying?
Cord.
I got two sisters by my father. You know what I'm saying? They named Maria and Michelle. They stay in Chicago. Shout out to y'all. Love
Shout out
y'all.
to y'all.
Hadn't seen them
Shout out to
forever.
your sister.
You know what I'm saying? And then I got my step family that are just like my
For sure.
my sisters and brothers as well. Michael J.
For sure.
Jay Jr.
Yes, sir. Sante.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? My little bro Buster
Yeah. Shout out to Buster.
and my sister.
Yeah, Puka. Shawana.
Wanna.
Yes, sir. That's my heart to the highest level, man. Shout out to my sister, man. I love my sister with
Shout out to
everything
you, cuz.
in me, man. You know what I'm saying? So those are all my siblings. I'm gonna throw them out there. So shout out to all y'all. But anyway, when I was 11 years old, my mom would take us swimming. So my mom was she could swim real well, you know what I'm saying? But she would take her kids out to the swimming pool. We was little children, so we stayed around the small parts of the pool. We was over there in Walker Park Pool. And the second hurt of my life came early, boy. 11 years old, like I said, man. I literally drowned.
Yeah.
Not drowned where I'm fighting the water, but was gone drowned, floating on the water, out of there. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin, Zawanika seen me floating in the water because I had a lot of hair. You know what I'm saying? So my hair was on top of the water. So my cousin was like, she got to hollering, like, that's my cousin right there. You know what I'm saying? So the lifeguards jumped in the water. They got me up out the water, called the ambulance, and they had to bring me back. You know what I'm saying? I was gone.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Dang. I was dead in the water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 11 years old. They had to pump me back, and they pumped me back. They brought me back. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't stop me from going to the water though. I just was a drowning.
Yeah.
I just drowned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it didn't stop me from going to the water, no doubt. But that was my second hurdle, man. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, goes back to what I just said, man. God had me here for a purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's two incidents about 11 years old, man, that could have caused death. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
No doubt. You know. So that was my journey. So shout out to my cousin, man, Zawanika, man, because you really saved my life, baby girl. No doubt about it, man.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't have seen me. Who's to know how long I would have stayed in that thing, and long you stayed in there, probably been a little bit harder to.
Yeah, the worse it's been.
Yeah, no doubt. Bring you back. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's big.
that was that right there, man, and man, my
So you say you was 11 at that time?
I was 11 at that time, man.
So let me go back to this, man. How was school like with you dealing with you done got your finger cut off and this and that? I mean, I know you said you hid it, but did it make you feel like how it made you feel?
Yeah, of course, I was self-conscious, you know what I'm saying, always, you know what I'm saying, because, I mean, you're a child, you know what I'm saying, you got something that's missing that everybody can see, you know what I'm saying, if they look at you, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course I was self-conscious as a man, all out, and honestly, I didn't get bullied too bad, you know what I'm saying, by no stretch of the imagination, because I was kind of, I always ran with the, I always had a crew when I was young, you know what I'm saying, man, hell, me and Preach Boy, we met when I was 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we always hung around, people that I guess you would call more of a just popular kids, I guess you could say, right? You know what I'm saying? So I never really just was bullied or picked on too bad, but I think a lot of people just didn't see it because I was always covering that thing, you know what I'm saying? So, so of course, self-conscious because, you're young and your thought process is always who looking at me, who watching me, who finna mail at me.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? That's just part of it. But at the same time, it's just something that you just have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? That situation there, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, those were the first two obstacles in my life, man. And the next hurdle in my life, I'm going to shoot on up to about when I was in the 10th grade. And I was actually 15 years old, man. It was 1996. 15 years old. Now, me and my father, I would say probably about 5 years. Each year, me and my father would watch the Super Bowl together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing that we did.
Yeah.
Right? So, on this particular Super Bowl Sunday in 1996, we were sitting in there, and my mom and my two brothers was about to go see my grandmother. They finna go to my grandma because wasn't none of them fans of football. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much of a fan I was at that point in time, but I know it was just a moment with my father, so I cherished that moment, right? So I was sitting next to my father, and my mom asked me as they were about to leave the house. She said, "Lil Jane, do you want to go with us?" And I was like, "No, Mom, I ain't going with y'all. Why would I go with y'all? I watched Super Bowl with my daddy, right?"
Yeah.
So they left out the house, and I was sitting there, and something in my mind said, "Go with your mama now." You know what I'm saying? Go with your mama.
Yeah.
So I told my dad before my mom and them about to pull out the driveway. I said, "Dad, I'm gonna go with my mama." You know what I'm saying? So he like, "Okay, son, go ahead." So I ran out the house. I jumped in the van. We had a van, and we left. And on the way back, I was learning how to drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My mom was teaching me how to drive. Shout out to my mom. And
Shout out to my Lord.
no doubt. And we turned on our street. At this point in time, we lived on East Ash. We turned on the street, and I seen my dad's friend at the stop sign. He was about to, I guess he was about to go. But he seen us. So as we turning, he sees us. And when he sees us, he started bagging back
Yeah.
to turn around
Yeah.
at that moment, right? So we just moseying on down to the road, man. We get to the house, and at that moment there, I jump out the car. Me and my mom, my brother jumped out the car. I had the keys in my hand, and I remember unlocking the door. Unlocking the door, and when I opened the door, my dad was sitting on he was sitting on the floor against the couch, head down, and he was making this noise. It was kind of like almost like a snore, almost, right? He was looking at it, and I'm looking, and all of a sudden chaos just arose. My mom went to hollering, and I don't know, at that moment, I'm just more like 15. I had an understanding, but I don't think I really understood what was happening, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at him, and he making this noise, and he had urinated on himself as well, right? And he just down making a noise, and my dad's friend Richard, he walked in the house as well with my mom, and my mom was going crazy, and the first thing I did in that moment, because I knew it wasn't good, right? I knew it wasn't good, so the first thing I did, I ran into my bedroom, right? And I had bunk beds, so I jumped up on my bottom bunk, and I sat there, and I told the Lord, right here in the God, I told the Lord, I said, Lord, I don't know what's going on, but don't take my daddy from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't take my daddy from me, man. And at that moment, I prayed to the Lord, like I said, at that moment, told him, don't take my daddy from me. And they took him to the hospital, and by the time we got up there, they said my daddy was brain dead. He was gone. You know what I'm saying? He had a brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
He had a brain aneurysm.
Man.
At that moment, man, I really didn't know what to feel. I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because you lost your daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I lost my father, so I'm like, dang, man. You know, I don't know what to feel, how to feel. You know what I'm saying? My mom was scared because, you know, at this point, you got to think about it. My daddy was 39 years old.
Man.
He was 39, man. He had a brain aneurysm. You know what I'm saying? My mom was probably about 33, so she young too. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, like I said, they said he was gone at that moment, and the night that he died, we were scared, so we stayed at my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember my mom laying on the couch. We was sleeping on the floor. Me and my two brothers were sleeping on the floor. My mom was laying on the couch. That night, my daddy came to me. Instantly.
Same night.
Right after.
Instantly.
He just died.
Me. He had just died. He came to me. They used to take us to the fair all the time, like Liberty Land. Y'all know Liberty Land, all that type of stuff there. That's when we used to do our birthdays and stuff like that all the time, right? So he came to me from a distance, all white, in a fair. I woke up hollering like hell.
Yeah.
Woke up hollering like hell. I ain't know what was going on. Just hollering. Because I didn't know. I mean, I'm like, man, what the world? Like, it's crazy. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And so he came to me, and I was scared. And, I told my mom what the situation was. And, she just, she did what a mama do, hold you. It's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Because we was messed up at that moment, man. We got back home the next day. House was broke into.
Yeah.
Damn.
House was broke into.
Y'all already dealing with the loss of your father now.
The word got spread that my father had died that quick.
That's somebody want to break in.
Somebody want to break in.
Man.
Cold.
You know what I'm saying? We scared, man. That made us even scared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So You know, needless to say, man, you know, when my father passed, I was hurt like hell. But as time progressed on, I got mad as hell, man.
Yeah. Hold on right there. You say you I know you was hurting and you said time progressed on. You got mad. But I want to go through this. When you and your daddy was watching Super Bowl and stuff, and for 5 years straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want. What was that thing what made you just get up and? That's crazy how you just got up and went this one particular time.
At one particular time.
This one particular time you got up and go leave with your mama and them, and you weren't gonna go at first.
No doubt.
And you came back and your daddy was gone.
He was gone. Last person to see him alive, first person to walk in on him dead. And it had to be all God.
Stuff. And I was asking the question, but I know that God know that at that age. You already couldn't handle it then, but you sure wouldn't be able to handle it if it happened while you was there.
Well, I was there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have knew. He knew that I got to get him out of here. It's no way in the world I can sit here because he knew it was time for him to go.
Yeah,
right. You know what I'm saying? So at that moment, he like, man, no, bro, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people have intuitions and stuff like that. I ain't heard nothing that said go. I just went.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was all God. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I got to get you out this environment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That was the situation. He just was like, man, I can't let you see him go. You know what I'm saying? So
you can't be right here.
You can't be right here.
It's gonna fuck you up.
It totally gonna. It's probably. I don't know what it would have done to me. You know what I'm saying? So
maybe God did.
But God did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, man, you got to get up out the house. So I just went. You know what I'm saying? After all those years, I went in that one particular time, and then come back home. He was gone.
So let's stay there. So your father passed. So growing up without him now, how is it?
Oh man, it started being. I started being mad as hell. I was angry,
Why?
man.
Can you explain that?
You know what I'm saying?
Why the transition?
The transition was when my mom started telling me to, because I mean, my daddy. Let me take you to my daddy. Like first and foremost, my daddy wasn't like I don't have a lot of memories of my father. Right, first and foremost, because I was 15 years old. My father was he had a lot of tragedy in his life. My father lost his mama, he lost his daddy, and he lost his baby brother in a 4-year span.
Wow.
So it closed him off. You know what I'm saying? He ain't know how to love, right? Anytime you lose your mom, your father, and your baby brother in a 4-year span, like you don't know how to love. You know what I'm saying? From that point, and I don't remember a lot of love that was coming from my father, right? So I don't have a lot of memories of my father when it comes to affection towards me, right? I don't know how he treated my brothers. My brothers probably come over here and tell you a whole different story, but I can just only give you mine, right? So I don't have a lot of memories of him telling me, "I love your son," holding me. You know what I'm saying? Telling me anything, right? I just knew my father liked the sports. He liked to shoot ball. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that I knew about my father.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, as time progressed on, I got angry as hell. Because my mom would tell me that my father had high blood pressure, right? He had blood pressure issues. Went to the hospital. The doctor told my father, "Look here, man. If you don't take care of this blood pressure, if you don't take your medicine to take care of this blood pressure, you ain't gonna live to see your first son graduate."
Yeah.
This cat didn't live to see his first son graduate.
Yeah.
So I'm angry as hell.
Yeah.
Because he could have took the
In my perspective, my mindset, like, nigga, bro, you got 5 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do what you can to live.
5 kids. And you choose not to take a pill? I was angry as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Angry for years and years of my life. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to him. I love him to death. You know what I'm saying? Because as I progress on, you know what I'm saying? So I learned a lot from him without him being there, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no doubt about it, man. I was extremely angry for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? Then me and my mom, we didn't have the greatest relationship, right? You know what I'm saying? Because my mom was young.
Yeah.
I was her first child. I call her I'm an experiment child, right? So you're going to go through your ups and downs with your first child. No doubt about it, right? So, you know what I'm saying? We didn't see eye to eye. So me, growing up, man, I ain't really have no lot of love. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I was just coasting for the most part. Yeah. You know, me and my mama, we was at each other's throat all the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my mama, love you to death now, baby. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. But, man, we had issues. My daddy was gone. I'm angry because you left me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then my mama, you ain't really, like, we don't see eye to eye a little bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hell, she wanted the last word, I wanted the last word. So we just was at each other all the time. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to love, man,
I ain't
really know much about it.
Man, let's pause right there, man. We want to get ready, man, take a break, man, give a shout out to our sponsors. Hey, y'all don't need to go like, subscribe, share, follow us on all platforms.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.
Right back.
No doubt about it.
This episode of Real Talk Barbershop 870 is sponsored by
870 Trucking,
where they specialize in general freight.
Give us a call at
870-278-2934.
2934. Yes, sir.
You did. What's happening, y'all? This your boy Ro. And this episode of RTB 870 is sponsored by Jacob's Lawn Service. We licensed and insured. We do commercial and residential. When you don't want to get out there and cut that grass, give your boy that cash. Hey, and we got affordable prices. We're here to take care of all your lawn needs. So give your boy a call at 870-740-8534. That's 870-740-8534. You dig? What's up, y'all? We back,
man.
with Mr.
We back
Rodgers.
again, man.
Mr. Rodgers, man. So we was talking about you not having experienced a lot of love, man.
Yeah,
Tell us about it, man.
Yeah, no doubt. So, you know, like I said, with my father being, you know, he done left at this point of my life, right? So I lacked love in that aspect off top because he dealt with his own issues when it came with love.
Right.
Parents not being there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So that kind of closed him off. So then me and my mom, you know, even though I love my mama with everything in me right now. Yeah. Make that clear.
Yeah. I know you do.
But we didn't have a lot of affection, a mom and son relationship that we probably could have had when I was young. Because she, like I said, she was young. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was young, you know what I'm saying? She was growing and I was growing at the same time. So we butted heads alike. We were so much alike. Right? So anytime your father gone, now you just, for the most part, it's me as the head of the house, in my perspective, right? But she the head of the house, right? But I'm the man of the house now, right? Because, I mean, I got 2 young brothers, and it's me. So I'm like, man, now he gone, I'm the man, right? You know what I'm saying? So, so and we knocked heads over power that she had anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, she taught us a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Even though I felt not having a lot of love, but she did an outstanding job when it came to a mother raising her kids to be outstanding men.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, I started working when I was probably about 15 years old. I was playing baseball for Holiday Inn. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Holiday Inn. Y'all remember Holiday Inn?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was playing baseball for Holiday Inn, but before I was taking the field, I was out there getting the field ready with an old cat making $40 a week, working 4 days a week.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
$10 a day.
$10 a day.
Yeah.
I'm out there doing the field.
Gail Will?
No, I know Gail Will. He was my coach, actually. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gail Will. But I was out there with some old cat, man. Okay. And the old cat was old. He was mean ass mother. You know what I'm saying? Used to try to go crazy on my way home. And my mom was kind of crazy, don't get me wrong. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying? She was kind of crazy. But I went home one day, I said, Mom, man, this dude out here kind of cussing at me and all kind of stuff. She told me, man, if he cuss at you again, you cuss his ass back. Oh. Right on.
Hold on. So she gave you permission to cuss.
You cuss his ass back.
Yeah.
Oh, it was on at that point there. He said something to me. Now I'm like, man, you can shut your ass up talking to me. You get what I'm saying?
How old was you?
Man, probably about 15. You know what I'm saying? I got let go from the job. You know what I'm saying? I think my mom was mad when I got let go from the job because out of that $40, she getting 20 of it.
A week?
a week. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you know, I moved on and started working. I always worked. You know what I'm saying? I started working at Bonanza. Me, Preach Boy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Bonanza
Pookie.
days.
You know what I'm saying?
I miss Bonanza.
Yeah, man. We had a whole team in there, man. You know what I'm saying? All of us was up in there. So man, I worked there, man. I remember one time, man. To go back to how crazy my mom was, I quit the job.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not finna go for this, man. I think my mother wanted me to wash dishes or something. I was a cook. So I quit the job, man. I went home, told Mom I quit the job. Oh, she went crazy. What you mean you quit the job? You don't quit no job in this house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She literally took me back to the job, made me apologize, and get the job back. Because I was making about $250, and she was taking about $100. No doubt about it. She was getting hers. It would never change. There was never a time where I would bring money home and not have to break bread.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. That's what she taught us. You know, like when you get older, you ain't gonna have all your money. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't finna have all your money now.
No, right.
I'm like, God, dog, man, like, you know what I'm saying? And at that point in time, I'm taking my money, going to the hood. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I wasn't no dope seller or anything like that by no stretch of imagination. But I was on the block.
You're hanging in the hood, though.
I was on the block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to KSP. I was on the block. Shout out to
KSP,
Rome.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lottery, Joe Shern, Black Turns. You know what I'm saying? Lurch. We was on the block. That's what we come. You know what I'm saying? Boo Nim, Boo Red, Dude. Them was like our big bros.
Yeah.
They was over there. They was on wall, but we was the little bros down on nose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fighting, acting a fool. You know, just doing what young cats do. Right? So, I'm really, she knowing I ain't gonna do no blow my money anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going around, you know, just taking money to the hood and we smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Drinking 40 ounces.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sitting in the graveyard, going crazy down there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my life, you know what I'm saying? That was a lot of my high school life, kicking it with my partners.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know, kicking it with my partners and stuff, you know. So you know, high school was good. You know what I'm saying? I had fun. You know, we kicked it all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. You know, I remember, you know, me and Preach Boy, we go back, like I said, as kids,
Way back.
no doubt. And like I said, I met him at 6 years old, and I remember when we was about to graduate, man. And Preach had got in some trouble.
Yeah, man.
And it was hurtful to me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my man. We right hand man. Like, man, my boy ain't finna graduate with me. You know what I'm saying? And
well, that was a hurtful feeling, man.
You know what I'm saying? I walked the stage, but me and Preach was right there with each other, man. I mean, we got pictures to show it. You know what I'm saying? He was there in his clothes.
Yeah, I ain't had a cap and gown on, but I was there.
He was there, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, man, we had a good. You know, I didn't have a hard life or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just had to work. You know what I'm saying? Like my moral, a lot of my story, I worked. You know, I had to work and get mines, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always did, and
So is work right after school? You know, what did you get off into right after school?
Right out of high school, I started. I was working at Shoney's.
Shoney's. Shout out to Shoney's. Yeah.
I worked at Shoney's. I worked at Shoney's for probably about.
Shout out to PBC. That's our plot. That's our spot there.
Shoney's was y'all spot?
Yes,
Yes, sir. So I worked at Shoney's for a little while, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and as soon as I graduated high school, you know, I moved out probably like about a month after high school. You know what I'm saying? I worked at Shoney's for probably about, man, it wasn't long, maybe 6 months. And I went out there and worked at Tanaris.
Yeah.
Well, it was Maverick at the time.
Yeah.
'Cause I needed to make some money, man. You know what I'm saying? I worked at Maverick. You know what I'm saying? And
Maverick too.
yeah, no doubt. And when I went apply for Maverick, all my partners was working at Maverick too.
Yeah.
Right? But it was two plants. You had the energy side and the structural side. All my partners in energy.
Yeah.
These fools put me in structural. Instantly ruined me.
The cleanest one.
The cleanest one.
Yeah.
But it was the boring one.
Yeah, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I worked in structural, man, and boy, they called me lazy and everything.
Yeah.
I remember one time, I got a story. I was at the Daenerys, man, and with Maverick. And man, we used to have like a warehouse that we that was inside. You know,
Yeah.
Energies was outside, structure was inside. I worked in the back there, doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So the guys told on me. They put me at the front, loading up trucks. Now the supervisor can watch me a little bit better. So anyway, I'm over here getting ready to pick an order, and it's these pipes. They stacked up. You know how you used to have to take a.
You use the crane.
I'm using the crane.
Yeah.
You have to take, I had to
Pry bar.
take a pry bar and break the poles apart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get the ropes in there to pick
force
it up. Yeah. So I'm looking at the situation, and I stick the damn bar in the pipes, and I know it's kind of wobbly. So I'm like, man, I'm ready to get the hell up out of here. I'm gonna knock them over on my feet because it wouldn't really. They were light.
They were what?
They were light, real light. It wasn't a heavy pipe. These were lighter pipes.
Yeah.
I sticks the damn
Pry bar
in there, boom, pull it back, boom, fell on my feet. Oh, I went crazy, man. I ain't felt nothing. My boots on, I ain't felt nothing. But I went crazy.
Oh, man.
So the supervisor come out there. Man, I'm hurt. Get it up. They come running over there, taking the pipes off me and everything. I'm limping. Nigga feeling good in motherfuckers. I'm already knowing in my mind, I'm finna go home. So I done pulled them off just to go home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I done limped to the break room. Man, James, I want you to sit in here for a little while until till you calm down a little bit and maybe it'll feel better to you. What? I'm thinking I'm finna go home. You know what I'm saying? He comes to the room. He says, man, James, how you feeling? Oh man, I'm down. Hurting bad, still hurting. I think I done worked dozen tears and everything. Right? He says, do I need to call somebody to come get
You
you?
want to go home bad.
Look, do I need to call somebody to come get you?
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. I can drive. He looking like, you can drive? Yeah, I can drive, man. I can just use this one foot. You know what I'm saying, to drive. And I actually drove about that thing, got me about a week off work, came back to work, Christmas. I ain't want to work Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? But at that point in time there, income tax is about to roll in.
Yeah.
In my mind, the hell with these folks, man. I'm finna get income tax, so I'm finna quit.
Yeah.
So I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? Quit my job. Got my income tax. Blew through my income tax. Went reapplied at Tenaris. Got hired in energy with my partners.
Yeah.
Went to Larry Adams. Y'all don't know if y'all ever know Larry Adams. If you worked at Tenaris, you know Larry Adams. He was the
main man.
So I went to the dentist one time.
Yeah.
Went to the dentist, used the insurance. My insurance wouldn't work. Larry Adams, he says, James, man, I need you to come to the office.
Yeah.
They didn't find out I didn't work there, fired me.
So they find out you worked before.
Because my insurance, because I told them that I didn't work there.
Yeah.
Because my insurance was, it triggered the fact that I worked there before.
Yeah.
Fired me. Hurt like hell. At this point, I got an apartment, got a little car. I'm chilling. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? My neighbor comes, tell me, well, bro, you know they opened up another plant out there. I went back, filled out another application, got in the other plant. You know, the schoolboy woman, Richie.
Yeah, Tracy.
Tracy Richie hired me. 2 weeks, I was fired again. He said, you worked out here 2 times, man. Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? And at that point there, it was the best thing that ever happened to me to get fired from there because I wasn't no factory man. I like to work.
That man ended up acting like the pipe don't hit his foot and everything.
I mean, they're tripping, man.
Got fired twice.
I got fired twice. You know what I'm saying? Worked there 3 times, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
So in the application you was putting on there, I never worked there before.
Hadn't worked there before. Hey, I'm trying to get a job. I got to try to survive, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, so I ended up moving on from there, man. I ended up I started working at Pizza Hut, man. My stepfather, Charlie Rat, shout out to Charlie Rat, man.
Yeah,
he got me,
good.
yes sir. He got me a job at Pizza Hut, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I met Carlos Terry. Shout out to Carlos Terry. First person I ever looked up to. Carlos Terry.
Sure.
I was 21 years old. He was 24 years old. He had a car. He had 2 dope cars, house, everything.
Yeah.
He was already loaded.
Yeah.
Young. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Los, man. Los was
man.
He was the first person that I was like, man.
He still loaded too.
Man, I was like, man, this cat here.
Yeah.
Like, he's special, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you got all this stuff, man. First
24.
24. I was 21. He was like, man, bro, you could do it too.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so met another guy that worked at Pizza Hut, but he had started telling me about a CDL license. You know what I'm saying? Truck driving school. So I was like, dang, okay, that's interesting. So ended up going to school, ended up getting my CDLs, but in the midst of me getting my CDLs, I had to take a DOT physical. So I went to the DOT physical, and probably about 2 days after I took the DOT physical, a doctor in I forget the doctor name, but they called me from the doctor office. They was like, man, Mr. Rodgers, we need you to come to the we need to make you an appointment to go to Jonesboro because we see something. But they wouldn't tell me. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm concerned. Like, what do you mean you see something? You know what I'm saying? So at this point, you know, they were like, man, we found traits of blood in your urine. I still, you know, I'm young at this point. I'm probably about 22, 23, maybe at that point in time. So me and my first wife at the time, we goes to the doctor. And when I get in there, we goes to the doctor. I gets in there, and the doctor come in the room, and he says, Mr. Rodgers, we diagnosed you with polycystic kidney disease. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, polycystic kidney disease? This don't even make no sense.
You don't feel nothing.
I don't feel nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. He was like, man, you got a kidney disease. You got what it is. You got your kidneys are extremely big, and they had cysts all over them. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. You know what I'm saying? Both kidneys. You know what I'm saying? They said you got polycystic kidneys, so they was big. And I had at that point in time when I got diagnosed, I had 40% of my kidneys working. You know what I'm saying? So clearly I was born with it, right? Because at that point I went number 22, 23 years old, right? Yeah. So I'm you know, first thing in my mind, I'm finna die. Dang, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I done went through all this stuff before, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm finna die. He was like, well, no, you ain't gonna die, nothing like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But you just got polycystic kidney disease. But you know, I'm still, you don't know.
Yeah.
I'm in the point where I don't know what's going on with this situation here. So I left out of there, hurt, confused, didn't really know what was going on at that point in time. Called my mom, like, Mom, man, the doctor said I got this stuff called polycystic kidney disease.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, your dad he used to piss blood. You know what I'm saying? But my dad never got diagnosed with kidney disease, which he clearly had it, right? You know what I'm saying? But he just never got diagnosed with it, right?
Because he passed from a brain aneurysm.
He had a brain aneurysm, you know what I'm saying? They caused him because his blood pressure stayed high all the time, so he ended up, you know, going from there. But he clearly had something else too, right? Yeah. But he just never got diagnosed with it, right? So, but anyway, so she told me about this situation, Daryl. And I remember being in the doctor, and the doctor asked me, he said, man, at some point in your life, you're going to need to probably have a kidney transplant, right? I'm like, damn, what? You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, you're gonna have to probably, you know, get somebody to donate you a kidney because you know, people have 2 kidneys and you can live with 1. So he was like, man, if you could you name me 5 people off the top of your dome, off the top of your mind that you think would give you a kidney? Of course, my mom. You know what I'm saying? Double R Rodney, my brother, Cord. You know what I'm saying? My other brother, my sister Pookie. You know what I'm saying? And Preacher Boy. You get what I'm saying? And Preacher Boy, because me and Preacher Boy, at this point in time, too, when I said Preacher Boy in prison.
Yeah, I was locked up.
You in prison. But I knew. You know what I'm saying? Because me and Preach, like you know what I'm saying? If it ain't, I got blood brothers. Yeah. But Preach my brother, too. Yeah. So I'm already knowing, like, we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Miss Shirley, you know, Mouton, these, my parents just like they my mom is in his parents. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already knowing that these the 5 people that I'm throwing out there for you. Right. At this point, you know what I'm saying? So man, you know, I went on with my life, man. You know what I'm saying? It was
You was 22 at that time?
I was about 20. I think I was 23 years old when I got diagnosed with it. You know what I'm saying? And I went on with my life, man. You know, ended up getting a job at Frito-Lay. Shout out to Frito-Lay, man. You know what I'm saying? I worked at Frito-Lay for 16 years, man. You know what I'm saying? And man, shout out to my co-workers, Tom and Mike and my guy Dave. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my partners, man. Ty,
For sure.
CB. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them cats, man. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
When I went into Frito-Lay, man, I was the only black person in Frito-Lay.
It's crazy, man.
You get what I'm saying? I was the only, I was, man, from, not just in Blyville, but I'm talking about Blyville, Haytide, Carruthersville, Poplar Bluff, Jonesboro, Sykeston. You know what I'm saying? We had a meeting one time. We had about 330 RSRs. That's was the position that I was in.
Yeah.
We had about 330 on them at the Frito-Lay plant.
330.
It was 2 blacks in there.
Damn.
Wow.
2 blacks.
Out of 330. Now this from all over Arkansas.
This
From everywhere.
was Searcy, Arkansas, Jonesboro, Arkansas, Blyville, Paragould, Haytide, Carruthersville, Sykeston.
Man, it's Arkansas and Missouri.
You know what I'm saying? It was a widespread, right? You know what I'm saying? Two brothers, right? So my whole mindset was like, I ain't never been no cat. Anybody know me? I ain't never been no cat to try to keep the money to myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? I believe in everybody winning. That's just what I always been.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
You know what I'm
what it
saying?
is.
So my thought process was like, man, I got to change the narrative in this thing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So man, I ended up, man, going in. Man, got my ex-father-in-law a job.
Yeah.
He ended up retiring from Frito-Lay. Ended up getting CB a job, Ty a job. You know what I'm saying? And others as well.
Yeah.
Right? A couple white boys I got hired on because I feel like, man, it was my job.
I wanted one bad, boy.
You know
I
what I'm
couldn't get
saying?
down.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that wanted it, I was finna try to get you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you to the water. Now you got to drink it yourself now, but I'm gonna get you there because I feel like, man, that was my job, man.
Right.
You know, my duty was to help people. I always been that.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So I ended up getting my boys in there. I was so excited, man, with my boys that they still there, man. To this day.
for sure.
Probably been there for about 10 years, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to them boys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them boys.
Yes, sir. Ty and TB. Yes, sir. My guys. But anyway, yeah. So at that point, man, I could move on to my life, man. You know, man, I worked, man, and Frito-Lay had been absolutely outstanding to me, man. Because it was time, man, I was out there working. Because, like, I think probably when I started I started at Frito-Lay when I was 26 years old. So by the time I turned about 32 years old, that's when I really started kind of feeling like, I guess, the effects of the kidney disease, because I started feeling tired all the time. I couldn't hardly get my route done. You know what I'm saying? I had, like, my route would be consisted of probably about 10 stores. I was only able to get probably 6 of them done, and I had to stop. You know what I'm saying? I had to go home, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Go lay down, because I'd be tired all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell them, you know what I'm saying, at that point, my supervisor, Bob Watson, man, I tell them, man, bro, man, I'm not feeling too well. Go home. You know what I'm saying? So they always looked out for me, right? You know what I'm saying? And at that point, man, I started kind of getting a tad bit worse, I would say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the more you lived, you know, I guess the older I got, it started kind of taking its toll on me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I was about 35, I think, or 35 or so, I remember them sending me to Memphis to see if I can get on the transplant list, because your kidneys have to be less than 10% for them to even accept you on the transplant list.
Gotcha.
Where mine wasn't there yet, right? But I had a doctor, you know what I'm saying? You know, the good thing about me, when I got diagnosed with my kidney disease, they transferred me to this doctor. His name was Dr. Edwards. He's my doctor to this day. He had just got out of high school. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Edwards, shout out to Dr. Edwards. He had just, not high school, I'm tripping. He had just got out of med school.
Yeah.
He was new.
Okay.
He was probably about 20-something himself, like 28 or something like that. You know, and he was my doctor. And I think I was one of his first patients. And with him, he kind of, you know, he always led me in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I'm going to make sure I take care of you, different things of that nature. There, you know, whatever I tell you to do, just do it. And he was, you know, he kind of kept me there. And so he ended up getting his like a doctor that was in training with him.
Uh-huh.
And she ended up sending me to an x-ray, and she seen my kidneys. And at this point in time, my kidneys were like closing in on my body, right? So they was like, my kidneys were like right here all the way through my back. You know what I'm saying? They was all the way in my back. You know what I'm saying? My cyst used to burst. I'd be in so much damn pain. They'll burst. I'd be pissing blood, all kind of shit. But anyway, when she seen the kidneys being so big, she panicked. Instead of hollering at Dr. Edwards, you know what I'm saying? And because he already knew what they were.
Yeah.
She panicked. oh, we got to get you to Memphis, get you on the transplant list, whoop, whoop, whoop. I get to Memphis, go through a strenuous day of things that you have to do to get on the transplant list. You got to go through, man, they got to put IVs in you. They got to check your heart. It's all type of stuff. It's just a full-drawn day. I done went through this full day, 35 years old, and they denied me. You know what I'm saying? Because my kidneys wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So she saw me on almost like a diamond mission. Mm-hmm. You done made me go through all. I'm mad because you made me go through all this, and you kind of like you should have knew, talk to somebody or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Rather for me to go through all this pain that I'm having to go through, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so we ended up, I ended up couldn't get on the transplant list, man. So I just went on with my life, man. You know, I just dealt with that low energy all the time. Low energy all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? And I kept that pretty much daily. You know what I'm saying? But like when I walked out the house, you would never know it. You know what I'm saying? It was times where I would be broke the hell down. Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that knew me at that point in time, you know what I'm saying, knew that, you know, I was kind of secretive. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of, you know, drawn in. I didn't really tell a lot of people stuff, but, you know, this blah, blah. So if you tell one tell three tells 6, and so on and so on. So people knew around the whole town that I had, you know, kidney issues and stuff like that. So, you know, it was a lot of painful days. You know what I'm saying? And when I first got sent back to Memphis, my doctor actually sent me to Memphis. And I went through that whole strenuous thing again. I think I was at the age of probably about 36, maybe a year later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and they actually accepted me on the transplant list at this point here.
Let us stop right there and take a break real quick, James, where they accepted you on the transfer list. And let's get a shout out to our sponsors.
Big shouts out to the sponsors, real quick.
Man, we'll be right back, man.
Yo, this your boy Bebe, the motivator. And this episode of Real Talk Barbershop 870 is sponsored by Gillespie Insurance Group, where we make your personal lines and your commercial lines come together to decrease your risk. Look, I'm at a new location, 801 West Moultrie in the magnificent city of Blytheville, Arkansas. Here's my number, 870-623-4742. I repeat, 870-623-4742. If you're not with GIG, see ya, and I wouldn't want to be. Yeah.
Hey, what up, world? It's your boy Preacher Boy, man. I had to pause a second and let you know that this episode of Real Talk Barbershop 870 is sponsored by no other than Impeccable Cuts. Listen, you heard me right, Impeccable Cuts. If you got a big day coming up and you need to look and feel your best, be sure to book with Impeccable Cuts and jump in that hot seat, man. Treat yourself by booking your next chop, your hot towel experience, or even your relaxing facial at bookthecut.co/preachboy. That's bookthecut.co/preachboy. All the information, the address, and the phone number on the screen, man. Listen, if you need to look your best, do your job and book, and I'll do the rest. Get impeccable.
Hey, y'all, we back. So, before we left off, Mr. Rodgers, you was telling us that you got accepted.
Yeah, man. So I ended up going through the whole strenuous situation again, and this time they actually accepted me. So what they do when they accept you, they'll send you it's kind of crazy. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but like a diploma almost. It's a big envelope coming in your mail, shows you that you accepted on the day that you accepted on, and you on a list now, right? You're on a kidney list. So as they get kidneys, as people basically pass away, you know what I'm saying, you end up getting, you get further and further along on the list. You know what I'm saying? This person passed away, this person get a kidney, the next, and then so on and so on. But anyway, the good thing about me, at that point in time when I got put on the list, I wasn't on no dialysis, right? So that was in, I think, when I got put on the list, I think it was like 2016 maybe, somewhere around that range there. And man, people people started trying, man. Like the people that I spoke upon, they started trying, man. My sister, she tried first. She was the first one to hit the door. And I never asked anybody. Let me say that first and foremost.
What year was this when she tried?
The day, 2016. When I got put on the list, since she knew that I got put on the list, she went through the process of getting the match to see if it was a match or whatever case maybe. She went instantly done it, right? But when she came back, she wasn't a match. She was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I think I was hurt too, but at the same time, you know, I was like, you know, I was thankful, right, that you would even try to do it for me, right? You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said,
that's a step.
Yeah, no doubt. My brothers, they went. You know what I'm saying? I had a cousin in Colorado, Elizabeth. She went. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's other people that went as well. I just can't remember, man, everybody. But yeah, you know. So, but anyway, like I said, I started at that point there, man. I started kind of getting worse. You know what I'm saying? It was tough on me to work, man. Period. But I was still grinding.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was still grinding, man, because you know that's all I knew was working, right? Mm-hmm. My whole life I worked.
Yeah.
My whole life I grinded. I worked. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I had came out working. Man, I remember back in 2006. I know I'm jumping back in 2006. I had a 2004 S430 Mercedes Benz, straight from working.
Yeah.
I was clean as hell around here, man. You know what I'm saying? I probably had the cleanest Benz around town. I'm not just the truth.
Yeah.
Anybody know? No. You know what I'm saying? It was actually like
I remember
bluish,
that Benz.
bluish black color. You know what I'm saying? But man, that joke was special to me, boy. But anyway, all that came out working. Me just working. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so my job was kind of tough. It was kind of tough for me to get done. You know what I'm saying? And they never really complained because they knew my situation. Mm-hmm. Right?
So at this point, has it got past you just getting tired, or have you ever started experiencing pain?
Oh hell yes, I was experiencing pain every day. I never felt good. You know what I'm saying? Never felt good. You know what I'm saying? Never. I always woke up in the morning with something going on. I just knew how to mask it. I just knew how to subside my pain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in hell, even the days when I felt good, it still was something. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's something in my back, maybe it's something in my stomach. You know what I'm saying? Because I got these big kidneys in my body. You know what I'm saying? That's taking up. You know, one was 7.5 pounds. One.
Damn.
The other one was 8 pounds.
So how big a kidney normally is?
Man, probably a pound. If that.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? You know that. You know they small. They like they extremely small. You know, because I got these big giant jokers inside of me, so they causing pain, man. If I was to sit back hard, sit on the couch too hard, I may a cyst may burst. You know what I'm saying? Cyst burst. Oh, you in, man. There was times where I would be in the house and preacher know this, and beating you too. Yeah. Man, it'd be times where I'd be in the house for a week straight because I'm in pain. You get what I'm saying? No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? My partners, they call and checking on me, man. Bro, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? They know either one of them could tell you that I never was in a situation where I was complaining.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I just dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, and I remember getting put on. I guess I got down. And I remember going to the doctor, and my doctor telling me, like, man, it's probably time for you to get on dialysis. But you're not going to have to go to a dialysis center. I'm gonna have you do it from the house. Man, I was like, hell no. I don't want to be on no damn dialysis. Yeah. But goes back to my daddy, right? This is the full circle come back around, okay? If they tell me to, that I need to do this, I'm going to do it. Because I want to live. Yeah. I'm here for a purpose. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm here for a purpose. Ain't nobody got to tell me nothing. I know that, I know my purpose and I know what I'm here for. Right? So, okay, I got to do it. Man, crazy thing about it, me and B opened up Blue Plate. Right? The day that me and B opened up Blue Plate was the day I had surgery to get a PD catheter put in to start dialysis. So I was laying on the table having surgery, and we was having a grand opening at Blue Plate.
Wow.
No doubt. Am I lying, B? No doubt about it. I was on the table, you know what I'm saying? And I remember waking up from having the surgery, and I told the nurse, I said, man, we just opened up our restaurant today, and we had a grand opening. She looked at me like, this nigga high as hell. Like, he ain't done nothing like that. Because you on morphine, all type of stuff. They just think you delusional. Yeah. When I'm sitting there telling the truth, like, man, we just all had a grand opening today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, they put the PD catheter in me, man, and you know, I got the PD catheter put in me, but I didn't start dialysis until probably about a month or so later, right? And I think I can't remember when Preach went and got tested. You know what I'm saying? Preach came to me. I didn't go nobody.
Yeah.
He like, bro, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I want to get tested. I like I told you, this was one of the 5.
I ain't even know. But I ain't know I was one of the 5 though.
No, never.
I mean, I ain't know this story. I ain't know that the doctor told him to pick 5 names or none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, that's what brothers do. Love is an action word. You know what I'm saying? And by me and you being that close, ain't no way I can see you suffer. You know what I'm saying? And
If I can help you.
if I can help you, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now I didn't know. I ain't know that they was gonna tell me. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't gonna not go try.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't know they're gonna tell me. No, you ain't no match. Yeah, you a match. I really didn't know what the next step was when they said yeah, you were gonna match, but I knew I couldn't not try. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my brother.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't remember exactly when you remember when you first got tested. I can't
remember
really recall. It may have been before I actually got the PD catheter put in to go on dialysis. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Preach went and got tested, and when Preach went and got tested, he was a match.
Yeah.
A match.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna be the, you know what I'm saying? But I never got too high. Because, you know, a lot of people told me that they were going to go get tested and all that type of stuff. Never did. And I never tripped on anybody for doing it. It didn't even matter to me.
Because
you know
it's
what I'm
big.
saying?
It's something big. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's major.
And you never want to get your hopes up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you get let down fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, 2017, January 24th, 2017, when we opened up the Blue Plate and I had surgery at the same time, right? That began the worst 2 years of my goddamn life.
Yeah.
Widespread, man. My life went into full-fledged
Turmoil.
darkness.
Every aspect.
Darkness. You know what I'm saying? My mindset was, I'm finna go get on this. Get this dialysis. I'm doing dialysis from the house, so I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? And let me say this: I done dialysis 7 days a week. Started off 7 days a week, 8 hours a day. That's what it was. 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what I did. And I went into darkness, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that I expected to happen never happened. So my thought was, I'm finna go get on dialysis, going back to work while I'm doing this, because I can do dialysis while I'm sleeping at night. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And at this point, I'm gonna go back to work, make this money, and whenever it's time to have a transplant or whatever the case may be, we'll go from there with it, right? I wasn't tripping on nothing. Nothing happened like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, I went. I had the surgery. I went. My job made me take a physical. I took a physical. I went in a room with the woman. They took a physical. Now this woman, she made me go through the whole physical. I took my shirt off. She seen this PD catheter in me, right? She still made me go through the whole physical. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know if she wanted to see something. Made me pull my pants down, check my nuts, all this type of stuff here, and got in the. She said she came back in the room, left out. She said I'm gonna go and do something if I got to talk to somebody. Came back into the room, said I can't pass you because you got a PD catheter. Can't pass you mean can't work. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no hustler.
Yeah.
I don't get it from the street. I get it from the job at that point in time. I'm like,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? So at that moment there, I can't work. I didn't appealed all the way to Washington D.C. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, 'cause my doctor was like, Dr. Ed was like, man, he can go to work because he physically, you know, he one of the better shaped people there is. He just got a kidney disease. You know what I'm saying? But my body was fine, right? He trying to give me give me past this stage of passing the physical.
Yeah.
We peeled it all the way to Washington D.C. They came back, said denied me. They said whatever the doctor tell you, that's what it is. So I went from January 24th to May the 5th. May the 5th, I ended up I can't even, let me see. I remember no, this is what happened. I'm tripping. May the 5th, at that point, they hadn't denied me yet. So January 24th, and I couldn't go back to work until May the 5th. I went back to work May the 5th, but my body wasn't ready yet. Because I had surgery, so my body wasn't ready yet. And by the time I went, when my body started healing was in July. So from January 24th to July was when my body started healing enough to go back to work. But at that point in time, I had to take a physical to come back to work, and my car had expired. And that's when they denied me. You know what I'm saying? So at that point there, you know what I'm saying, I done got married. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tavium. You know what I'm saying? I done got married. We went to Hawaii. I done opened up a restaurant. A lot of good shit happening. Yeah. Right? But in the moment, I'm still going through not knowing what I'm finna go through. Got a lot of good things happening, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm thinking I'm finna go back to work. They denied me for work. That was the first blow. They put me on Social Security. You know what I'm saying? I was getting, I think, about $1,700 a month. Now, needless to say, I was probably making about $4,000 a month. My bills were probably $2,800 a month. You get what I'm saying? I'm making $1,700 a month, so I'm now finna go into financial distress. Yeah. Right? Can't do much of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Financially wise, I'm in a full-fledged goddamn hole that I don't see nothing but darkness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm waking up every day, you know what I'm saying? Miserable. Full-fledged depression. Didn't know I was in depression. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't seeing nothing but sitting at home, watching TV, binge watching TV, knowing what's gonna come on, because I ain't had no drive at that point in my life, because I'm so in a dark place that I can't think of nothing to even do. You know what I'm saying? TV. But watch TV. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there just really watching TV, getting worse. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't moving your body. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going weeks and weeks being in the house. Not move coming out the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in full depression. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing shaking the right way. Right. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hell, in August, we had a big ass flood. House flooded out. I'm on dialysis in the house. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I wake up, I step out the bed, it's water everywhere in my goddamn house. Now I got my daughters in the house. You know what I'm saying? My wife in the house. I step out, I ain't got nothing but water everywhere. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's getting what I do. What I do for all this to happen to me. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So I'm in full-fledged distress mode. My partners, man, I got outstanding partners, man. You know what I'm saying? All y'all outstanding me and me. You know what I'm saying? And my other partners out there too. You know what I'm saying? They came through. Man, we had to pull up carpet. Man, they had the Black Mike, Ty, Spann, Bebe, Rodney, my Cord, JJ. You know what I'm saying? All these cats at my house, cleaning up my house because I'm fucked up. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Right. You know, and then insurance ain't covering nothing. Yeah. Right around B. No. Nothing.
I had tried to figure it out for him.
B tried, B put me in a hotel room out of his pocket. Bro, man. And needless to say, all my partners, they doing work for me for free. They ain't tripping on nothing. Bro, man, my house flooded, man. Bro, I'm coming. For sure. I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this thing, probably crying and everything. Be like, bro, man, I got your hotel room for 2 days. Out of my own pocket. I'm thinking about, man, bro, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate this. So I ain't seeing nothing but darkness, man. I'm in depression. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm alone. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? I'm at home all day by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm
depressing.
I'm full-fledged depression, but not knowing it in my mind. I'm sick in the mind, and can't see no goddamn way of no part of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that at some point I'm going to go back to work because I feel like, man, I'm going to go to work, man, or something, right? You know what I'm saying? Man, hell, we had a restaurant. I had a detail shop. It wasn't making no money in this type of stuff, man. Nah. You know what I'm saying? None of this stuff was making no money. You know what I'm saying? I had houses. Wasn't making no money. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just living off this dialysis, man. I mean, Social Security. Bills backing up on me. I'm pulling out 401k to try to keep my bills up because I always been good on my credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't finna let my credit go because man, this is what I do, right? But I'm getting backed up on my bills. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at like, man, this don't make no sense to me. What the world, man? Lord, are you punishing me?
You feel like everything was against you.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting at home just in full depression mode. You know what I'm saying? By myself, like looking at the mirror, crying. You know, every day, didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, everything has to turn at some point, right? You know what I'm saying? Preach started, man. Preach was big, old big boy. even though he was a match, he was a big boy. They were like, man, you got to lose some weight, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Preach had to lose some weight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It took me a while.
Took me a while, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think Preach.
Years.
It took a couple years, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think Preach came to my house one day and he seen, because my bedroom was like a hospital.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like a hospital because I done all my stuff.
Boxes and stuff everywhere.
Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Cords coming out my body, just crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It messed me up.
Yeah. So I think Preach, man, at that point there, his mindset changed, man. He was like, man, bro, I'm finna help my bro. Like I gotta get locked in. Preach locked in, man. I don't know if Preach dumped 30 pounds or whatever he dumped.
I dumped some weight, man. I had to. It took me 2 years because I ain't just take it that serious. You know what I'm saying? But then when I actually seen, you know, you hear how sick he is. When you see it though, it's a different thing, man. When I went in that room, man, and seen all that, I'm almost like B when it come to blood.
Like what the world?
Man, needles and stuff he got to do, bags, medicine everywhere. No, man, I had to get serious with losing weight. I think I was like 273. Ended up getting down like 220 something.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, man, I had filed bankruptcy. You know what I'm saying? Which that was the best move at that moment. You know what I'm saying? I filed bankruptcy. That started giving me a little bit of peak of light. I started seeing a little bit of light now because I could pay my bills. Yeah. I could live a little bit decent. You know what I'm saying? I could take care of my kids and I could take care of my wife, right, at this moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing a little bit of light. You know what I'm saying? Still in full depression, but not really probably knowing. You know what I'm saying? And I think I ended up getting some more funds that ended up kicking in from my job. And so I seen a little bit more brighter light. You know what I'm saying? And at that point there, this was probably about, the light started kind of happening probably about like the end of 2018. I started seeing a little bit brighter light. 2019 transitioned into one of the greatest years of my life. Went on with my life, you know what I'm saying? Started seeing, being able to pay my bills was the biggest thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I was able to pay my bills and stuff like that, right? And then Preach went back in there, and they told Preach, you done lost enough weight, you can move on with the surgery, right? So July the 9th, 2019, it just arguably, I ain't got no tattoo, but if I was to have a tattoo, I'd slap July 9th, 2019 on my back. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the greatest day, one of the greatest days of my life by far, when me and Preach went in there to have a transplant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No doubt. And shout out to my wife was there. Stacy was there. Shout out to Stacy, man. My classmates. Tasha was there. Shout out to Tasha, man. You know, they just rolled that wave with us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Lindsay was there. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Miss Shirley was there.
My mama was there.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can say about Preach, man, his family, Dietrich, Dion, Momo, you know what I'm saying? Miss Shirley, Mouton, they never deterred Preach from helping me.
Yeah.
Because some family members would be like, man, you sure? You know what I'm saying? Because they scare you.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
Man, the doctors, man, they literally tried to scare me out of doing it. So, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you already scared. I ain't nothing.
Naturally.
It ain't nothing. I had never had a surgery in my life. I ain't never experienced a broken bone or nothing.
You naturally scared.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm finna go have a major surgery.
Major surgery.
Man, I'm talking about they telling me that after the surgery, I'm going to feel like I've been hit by, they said James going to feel 100% better. But me, on the other hand, I'm going to feel like I got hit by a Mack truck.
No doubt. And that's what he felt like, too.
That's what I felt like, too.
So we had the surgery, man. I remember waking up, and, man, there was so many people in the room. Well, I was looking around with everybody. I don't know who was there. B, you was there. You know what I'm saying?
I think the second day.
You was the second day? Now, I remember seeing your wife. Your ex-wife Nicole was in the building. You know, Ron was in the building. I mean, it was so many people.
Man, a lot of people.
It was so many people in the room, man. You know what I'm saying? It made you feel good, you know what I'm saying, that you loved, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, what Preach up to? Out here in the next room, you know what I'm saying? He was fucked up though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to say that terminology, but that's what it was.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
I was hurting, boy.
Yeah. And man, people was coming down there, man. They was walking with us. You know what I'm saying? He had got a little bit better, you know, throughout the days, but he started going down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They put me at the hospital because I was solid. The dude came in the room like, man, look here, man, you got to leave. I'm like, man, I'm not finna leave. If Preach ain't leaving, I ain't leaving. You know what I'm saying? That. Man, they made me. I went to Preach room and slept on the couch. Am I lying, Preach?
Yeah.
Slept on the couch, man. We leaving about this thing together. We came in here together. Yeah. We leaving out together. I don't care what I got. I don't care if I stay here for 3 days, 4 days on the couch.
Yeah, news people that came down and everything.
I remember seeing that the news.
The new people came down, man, interviewed us and all that type of stuff there, man. But I knew I wasn't leaving that hospital without Preach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We left up out. We came in that thing. We left up out that thing together.
How did like him doing that, man? Describe how you felt when you knew, like it was over. Like after you had the surgery done and it was over. Describe the feeling. Man,
I'm gonna describe the feeling just like this. I knew it was on like hell.
Yeah.
I knew it was on. Me and Priest sat in the bed next to each other. He was in one bed, hospital bed. I was in another hospital bed. I said, bro, man, when we get up out of here, we finna take off. And I meant it with my soul. I knew it was time. You know what I'm saying? All I needed to do to go to work. Because I know how to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Now I can do that.
I'm finna go, you know what I'm saying? Man, I had the surgery July the 9th. 2019. I was back at work October the 3rd, 2019. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to go to work. I need to get it because I'm finna go. Right? I told B them. I said, man, I'm finna go. I done been through hell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm finna go. Man, I'm like a bottle rocket. You put that fire to it, give it a minute, and I'm finna shoot out. And that's what the hell it was.
Yeah.
From that point there, when we walked about that thing, I worked. May of 2020, it was game time. Man, I went full-fledged work. Man, I was we started talking about trucking.
Yeah.
Man, May, I locked in like never before.
Sure did.
You know what I'm saying? I had been working from October to May. I locked in May. No TV, no nothing. I ain't had no thought process of nothing but trucking. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I told my cats, I said, man, I'm finna start a trucking company. I don't know what they thought. You know what I'm saying? But I knew what the hell was finna go down. Man, I was locked in every day. Man, I would get off work. I would go to work, hurry up and work. Get done, go home, lock in every day, 7 days a week. I worked on trucking for anywhere from 3 hours to 9 hours every day. Am I lying?
Nah, you did.
Every day. Every day. I learned trucking on my own. You know what I'm saying? I learned every aspect of it. I learned every detail of it. I learned everything to start a trucking company. I was so intrigued. It was just like all over my body. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy for me. You know what I'm saying? Man, and I started working on it in May. By June the 29th, I started A70 Trucking Company, got it LLC'd and all that type of stuff there. I hollered at my brother. Shout out to my brother, which is my business partner, Rodgers, man. Shout out to you, love you to death. I told my brother, I said, man, look here. All I need you to do is leave your job. You drive. I'm going to orchestrate the business, and we finna put A70 Trucking together. He was like, say less.
Yeah.
Say less. Because he believed in me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? August 11th of 2020, I bought my first truck.
Yeah.
Big shouts out to that, man.
That's amazing.
I bought my first truck, man. I was so damn excited, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't do nothing with that joke, but we bought it. But we bought it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Man, we started trying to figure out what route we was going to go. We was going to lease on to somebody, or, you know, that was my plan, just to lease on with somebody. But my brother had so little experience in trucking that nobody wanted to hire him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, man, forget all this, man. I'm finna just get my own company. I'm finna get my own authority. Authority means you own your company 100%.
Yeah.
Right? Everything is on you. Locked in again, did all the paperwork. October, I want to say 17th of 2020, that license came in. That said 870 Trucking is officially a go. I was like, damn, man. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of myself, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people on this journey, people that was the closest to me, didn't have no faith in me.
I ain't believe it.
Didn't have no faith in me. You know what I'm saying? But I had some people that had some faith in me too, though, boy.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? B, Spann, you know what I'm saying? My mama was like, hey, if you do it, you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I was showing them what I was doing. So they were like, oh, you got this. You know what I'm saying? Man, I bought a trailer October the 31st. And then let me say, I spent $50,000 out of my own pocket. No debt. 50 bands out of my own pocket. I bought a truck, trailer, and everything else in between. Out of my own pocket. No doubt on everything.
I remember.
When we took our first load, November 11th, 2020, and it's been on ever since, boy.
Man, shout out to 870 Trucking.
Shout out to 870 Trucking.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the journey was what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? I think everything that transpired, that's supposed to transpire in my life, I don't have regrets in my life. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, my father passing away, you know, going through some of the toughest times of my life. I don't really have no regrets because it got me here. You know what I'm saying? I know how to deal with anything now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because I dealt with my own fate. You know what I'm saying? And let me throw this out here real quick. And I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Man, I had a transplant. A year later, they had to take my kidneys out of my body. Now this COVID.
Yeah.
It's COVID at this moment. Can't nobody be in the room with you, right? So they took my kidneys out of the body. It was the worst surgery I ever had, by far.
Man.
They split me right down the middle. Took my kidneys out of my body. I woke up. I had a band around my body. I was hurt. I was in so much pain. Never been in that much pain in my life. When I had a transplant, I had all kind of stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Never been in that much pain in my life. I said, man, take this thing off my stomach. Because I'm in so much pain, right? I was in there by myself. In the hospital by myself. Man, I'm telling you, man, if anybody in the hospital, man, somebody need to be there with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No doubt about it. Man, I was laying in the bed. The next day after the surgery, the nurses came in the room and they wanted me to get up. I was in so much pain. Like, I can't even tell you how much pain I was in. Agonizing pain. I'm telling the woman and a dude, man, I'm hurting. Y'all, I'm hurting. Hear me out. Please tell me I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nobody in the room to vouch for me, though. Hurting like hell. They done pick me up out the bed. I sit on the side of the bed. All of a sudden, sweat started just dumping out my body. I think the woman looked at me like, baby, go on, lay back down. At this point, my blood pressure then bottomed out. Doctors coming out of the room, out of other places, nurses coming out of the room. I don't see nothing but tons of people around me. I'm cool though, right? Because I'm like, y'all done left me alone. But they looking like, do you know where you at? You know what I'm saying? Can you tell me where you at? Are you breathing well? You know, I'm in this thing, I'm cool. My nurse came in there after they got everything together. Came in there like, bro, man, we thought we almost lost you, man. Another hurdle.
Yeah, brother.
You get what I'm saying? That was after the fact. You get what I'm saying? So in reality, man, if you got somebody, be there with them, man. I don't give a damn if they tell you can't be there. No, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's supposed to be in there. Because I could have easily been gone right then, after the transplant. You get what I'm saying? So like I said, man, you know, one thing about me, man, I don't be tripping on nothing. Y'all know I probably got the most nonchalant attitude when it comes to a lot of stuff there is, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've been through so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff don't bother me when it comes to anything. You know what I'm saying? I've been through too much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, a dude flipped my truck. I hired a dude. I never hire old cats again. Never. I don't want no old cat. I don't want nobody just over 40. I don't want nobody else. Because they be stuck in their own mentality. Dude flipped my truck in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? And he had a coil on the back of it, flipped it. They called me. Mr. Rodgers, your driver is in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? He gets on the phone. Mr. Rodgers, man, I flipped the truck. First thing I said, promise you. You all right? He like, I'm all right. Where the truck at? He like, it's in Alabama. I'm in Arkansas. At that point there, I'm like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just got to go to work and figure it out.
Yeah.
At that point there, it was what it was to me. I didn't lose my shit. I wasn't tripping on nothing because I've been through too much. You know what I'm saying? So I just handled that like I was supposed to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like a boss handle it,
Like
man.
a boss.
You know what
Like
I'm saying?
boss.
You know,
Yeah.
so like I said, man, you know, my life has been extremely tough. You know, dealing with my own health and my own issues and stuff like that. But I can say right now, man, I feel the best I ever felt in my life.
Good.
Widespread. You know what I'm saying? I probably can get up and outrun probably y'all up in this mother.
Run us out.
he competitive. No, but seriously. No, but I mean, you know, I feel the best I ever felt in my life right now, man. I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm here for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna be rich as hell.
Oh yeah.
I know that.
Oh,
Like, it ain't no doubt in my mind. Like I ain't, you know what I'm saying? There's no doubt, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no doubt I'm gonna be rich. Like I'm supposed to be. I'm here for a purpose.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I go hard. I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and we all us got stories, man. We all got great, outstanding stories, man. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about Real Talk Barbershop, you got these type of guys, man. Myself, Motivator, Preach, Roll, that everybody got a different story, but we all got stuff that people can relate to.
Right.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know, and I'm finna let this thing go, man, because my story is pretty much came to an end. You know what I'm saying? I know I got a probably long story, but man, you know, I tried to tell you what it was.
It was great. It was great, bro. I want to say this before you go, bro. Like, I just want to say I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Plenty of times I done called you, man. We done had conversations, and you always help me, man. Like,
appreciate it.
For real, man. I talk about y'all all the time.
Appreciate it.
And I be wanting y'all to know that I might laugh and, you know what I'm saying, talk shit like that, but I appreciate y'all, man. Can't nobody talk about my brothers, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We locked in for sure.
Yes, sir.
For real. And it's been like, man, I was super intrigued about your story. I didn't know.
Yeah.
A lot of things that you just said, I didn't know because I wasn't around.
Yeah.
But I'm here now, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
For real,
My
for
brother.
real. For sure, man. For sure, man.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
So
man.
take us home. Take us home, man.
Man, most definitely shout out to you, James, man.
Major shout out, bro.
Major shout out.
JR.
Yes, sir,
Mr.
man.
Rodgers.
B, you got something you want to say, man, before we close this thing
I
out?
want to say, man, I love my brother, man. I love James. I love all y'all, man, for real. And, man, you know, all of us seem like we've had some type of miracle story, man. I want to say, man, you blessed. Keep being blessed, man. Love you, man.
Nigga, love you too, fellas.
Already, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Already.
Yeah, it's your boy Ro.
Man, it's your boy Preach Boy Spann.
It's your boy Bebe the Motivator.
And I am JR, a.k.a. Mr. Rodgers.
And you're tuned in to
Real Talk Barbershop 870, baby.
Let's go.
We out.
Much love, man. Hey, man, make sure y'all go like,
Share, and subscribe. Right now, ASAP.
Just like that.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe.
Get to it.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Right now,
Like what bro said.
ASAP, man. Let's get it.